So I watched the new Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and while I did like this movie, there are a few things that I feel like could have been improved and stuff like that. So I'll be giving off my review for this movie, and spoilers will be included, so you've been warned. To put it away, this is a nice introduction to Phase 5 of the MCU. The movie's about Ant-Man and his family traveling to the quantum realm and end up fighting a big powerful villain named Kang the Conqueror. That's basically the main plot of this movie, but first, let's get into the things I liked about this movie. Obviously, since it's an Ant-Man movie, there's going to be some funny moments in this movie, and that's not a bad thing. I did enjoy the comedy in this movie. Ant-Man is one of the funniest characters in the MCU, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. The story makes sense, well, at least to some people like me. Not a lot of people can understand much on, like, multiversal subjects and stuff like that, which I can understand. The action is good, like, come on, it's a Marvel movie, of course there's going to be some good action in here. Cassie Lang is a character I actually liked in this movie, and does put the focus on her sometimes, which I think is a good move considering that she's the one that technically got him into the quantum realm because she built a machine that was supposed to be like giving off a signal to everyone in the quantum realm and everything and stuff like that. Kang is a really good villain too. He's just so awesome. Like I said, Kang is a multiversal villain, so there are more alternative versions of him that are just as villainous as he is. One thing that was unexpected a tiny bit was that there's actually a civilization in the quantum realm made of CGI creatures and that kind of jazz. This is Jelly type dude that was probably one of my favorite characters that's from the quantum realm, to be honest. What happens in this movie is that the civilizations in the realm gives Ant-Man and everyone this ooze to drink so they can understand what everyone's saying. Like, they can understand everyone in the quantum realm. I actually really like that, to be honest. Speaking of CGI, the CGI in here is definitely good, but there's a couple moments where I thought it was like a little off, but it's fine. Especially with MODOK. Great villain, good story, pretty good visuals as for the cinematography and CGI in it. Good characters overall. It does a nice job on setting up a little on Kang being the new big bad of the MCU. There's some good action scenes with him too. And the last fight with Ant-Man shows how much of a threat he actually is. Bro literally said in the movie he's killed a bunch of Avengers already in an alternate timeline. Not for the things I didn't like much from this movie. Hope's mom is an okay character at best. I didn't like how she acted so bossy or similar to that. When Cassie built the machine and everything, she acted just, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Like, you'd expect she'd tell everyone about her experience in the quantum realm, but nope! Like, at some points from the beginning, and as the movie was going on, she didn't want to tell him at first. As much as I like Kang, there was a moment or two where the acting was like a bit off, a little, but it's fine, whatever. And there's MODOK. Just like Hope's mom, MODOK was like okay to good at best. Like, visually, MODOK is cool, but his character is alright. He's actually the Yellow Jacket guy from the first Ant-Man movie, and this is just him after he got shrunk and stuff. After the first movie, since Ant-Man destroyed some of the stuff inside the suit. Bill Murray's in this movie, which, don't get me wrong, that's pretty cool, actually. The only thing wrong with that is that he only has like a few minutes of screen time in this movie. I wanted to see more of him in this movie. Luis isn't in this movie. Honestly, I even forgot Luis even existed while watching this. It wasn't even until after I watched the movie my brother was talking about him. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot about Luis.
Oh, see, that's complicated. Because when I first met Scotty, he was in a bad place. And I'm not talking about Cell Block D. His wife had just filed for divorce. And I was like, damn, homie, she dumped you when you're on lockup? And he was like, yeah, I know, I thought I was gonna be with her forever. But now I'm all alone. And I was like, damn, homie, you know what? You gotta chin up, because you'll find a new partner. But you know what? I'm Luis. And he says, you know what? I'm Scotty, and we're gonna be best friends.
Okay, hold on.
This just might be my little opinion here, but I had a little mixed feeling about when they defeated this version of Kang. But I don't think I should be saying that since there's probably a better version of him, like, somewhere out there in the multiverse, which we'll get to later, probably. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are the end credit scenes. You know how I said there were alternate versions of Kang? Well, they all came together to start planning something since the version of Kang that was one of the focuses on this movie got defeated, so now they're just gonna plan something. So now the entire MCU is gonna have to put up a good fight with every Kang to save the multiverse, probably. The second one was awesome. It was set in an earlier point in time, I want to say like 1900 or so, where an alternate version of Kang is showcasing like an invention he made at an event or something like that. And one of the two people in the audience are Loki and Mobius.
Oh man,
anyway before I was so rudely interrupted.
Alright, everyone, before you watch any MCU movie, go watch Loki first. It's on Disney Plus. If you remember from the Loki show, one of the versions of Kang is in it. So Loki knows that any version of Kang is dangerous, and I'm guessing he told that to Mobius in the end credit scene. That's honestly about all I have to say about this movie. Does this beat the first two movies? Honestly, of course, it doesn't beat the first one, but I think it kind of does beat the second one a little. I gotta rewatch it, to be honest. This movie was a good introduction to MCU Phase 5, and can't wait for more Kang for sure. So I'll give this movie a good 7.6 out of 10. This is worth watching in theaters, by the way. Of course, there's some things that are a bit off and things that could have been fixed, but it's still a really good movie. Just one last thing, though, because it's kind of on my mind. This is not better than Lightyear. As editor, Sonic Bro here, I meant to actually say that it is better than Lightyear. I don't even know why I said it wasn't. I know I said in my Lightyear review video like a while back when it came out, I gave it like a 7.7 out of 10. I honestly just wanted to give it some extra points because I knew it had some potential to be like a really great movie. But at best, from my experience and memory, it's like a good only like 6.8 out of 10. I regret giving it that score, to be honest. But anyway, that's about it. I do recommend watching this movie. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch if you can, and I'll see you guys next time.